Hello, everyone. Happy Saturday. It's Saturday morning at 9 a.m. my time. And I'm so happy to be live. I'm trying to do this as a weekly event. I'm not going to be able to do all Saturdays, but I'm really trying to come on every week so that I can answer questions. Hi, Estrella. How are you? Um, I I came on live again to answer questions, but I wanted to make a couple of announcements. I'm good. How are you, Estrella? How are you? Thank you for asking. I wanted to make a couple of announcements before I start answering questions. Hello, Penny. You're from Scotland. Oh my God. Oh, I'm so glad you made it to this one. You made it to this. I'm so glad. Okay, so we're going to go into questions. Hi, Linda. How are you? Okay, we're going to go into questions very soon. I just want to make a couple of really quick announcements. Tomorrow, Sundays at 11 a.m. Pacific time, 2 p.m. Eastern time, in the Om Heals Clubhouse room, we're going to interview an energy healer named Fadia. She is incredible. She used to be an oral surgeon and she gave up everything to become an energy practitioner. Can you believe this? I always say that the light workers do what they do, not for the money, but for the calling. And so we're going to interview her about energy medicine, about her practice, and she's going to do like a 15-minute activation or meditation. And I also want to Tuesday nights in the Yin and Yang Living Clubhouse room, Tuesday nights at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern time, we do the Yin and Yang Living group consciousness healing meditation, where each week somebody volunteers in the group for a healing. It could be a healing for something specific in the life. It could be something with money, career, business, relationships, health. And everybody in the group sends that healing to that individual. And I always say, as you heal others, you actually heal yourself. And also, if you're looking to get one-on-one support for your mind, body, and soul, maybe you need to come home to your soul. Maybe you've got mental, emotional angst that's going on, whatever it is. And you're looking to have a one-on-one session with energy practitioners, I co-founded a company called Om Heals because I'm so passionate about energy medicine. And we actually developed a matchmaking formula to custom match you with energy practitioners. And now we have energy practitioners from all over the world. We literally have Australia, Asia, India, Europe, in the US. It's incredible. We are so blessed. And we want to custom match you. So go to om-heals.com and I'll put those links below. Hi, Lakshmi. How are you? So Penny, happy to I've been following your videos since 2016 when I found your mummy. Thank you, Penny. I'm so glad. I have people that have been following me for a number of years, and we had, so that's, and I'm so grateful. I am deeply appreciative for your loyalty. And that, one of the things that I'm going to be doing with my videos, the ones that I record and put up live, I'm going to be making them a little bit shorter, like 5 minutes to 10 minutes, or if I could get it to 5 minutes, so that I know your time and energy to spend on, watching these things to learn, it's limited. So I want to try to make my videos more succinct for you. And the other thing that I want to do with my videos is I want to start showing you stuff like real, they're going to be like mini tips, these videos. It's going to be literally like, feng shui with positive, affirmations and things like that. Like really, they're going to be more snippet videos. I hope those videos, and let me know if those videos are better, give me your feedback. I'd love to get your feedback. Lakshmi, that is so wonderful. So I am Lakshmi. I cannot, I know you watch all of my videos and I'm so grateful to you. And, as you watch my videos, and you share the videos, then, I can help more people. So please feel free to share any of the videos that you feel are of value to you, that you think could help others around the world. And, I swear I do this blog, because I really feel it's my calling. It's on my soul's path. And I asked the angels, I asked my spirit, I said, do you want me to continue with this blog? Because I'm so busy, even with this new company, Om Heals, I'm extremely busy. And they tell me, Spirit says, yes, you should continue with this blog. You must continue. And that's why I continue. I continue, even though, because I just go with whatever the universe is telling me to do. And I surrender to the infinite wisdom of the universe. So I continue with this blog because of that reason. And whatever path it takes me, I just surrender and release. So if you have any questions, please ask me. One of the things that I really want to talk about as you're thinking about your questions is this issue of fear. I just got off a call, a 1 hour call the other day with an energy practitioner, and I'm not going to name names to keep her privacy, but she's somebody that I knew for a few years now. We used to do a Power of 8 group together with 4 other women, and I know her well. Beautiful soul, and she's also an energy practitioner. And she said something to me. She says, Moon, I am so stressed because I've been working at this hospital for 36 years. She's been working at a hospital, and they're requiring her to take a vaccine. Otherwise, she's going to get fired. And she is absolutely devastated by this. Absolutely devastated. Could you imagine having worked for 36 years in a company that you were very loyal to, and now you could be jeopardized of getting fired because you're not getting the vaccine? And the reason why she didn't get the vaccine is because she has some underlying health issues, and she feels like it could affect it. Now, I have no judgment about whether people get it or not. I am neutral. If you get it, great. If you don't, great. I have no judgment. I am very neutral about the vaccine. But she was so devastated by this, and it's really going to affect her financial livelihood, right? So she says, I can't think about anything but this. And this is one of the things that I want to talk to you about that is so important, is where is your level of faith? Where is your level of faith? Because I always say, and I feel like I'm kind of a broken record, that we can only behave based on where we are at mentally, emotionally, right? If you are mentally, emotionally here, you can only behave here. If you're mentally, emotionally here, you can only behave here. If you're mentally, emotionally here, you can only behave here. Where it's the same thing with your faith. If your faith, hi, Sarupa. If your faith is here, you can only behave from this space. If your faith is here, you can only behave from this space, right? And so I asked her, where is your faith? Because I know, and I haven't perfected this myself, I guarantee it. I know that the universe can bring me anything, but it's about how much I can surrender and release and have faith in the universe. So this is where the practice comes. If my faith is down here, is very low in the universal forces, then it's going to be difficult for me to leave that job, because I'm scared that I might not get another job, right? I'm scared that I might not ever get that job. And so this is where the inner work comes in. Why is the inner work so important? Because you're developing that fortitude inside with faith, able to surrender. Because as soon as you surrender anything, something better comes along. That's how the universe operates. That's the laws of the universe. As soon as you surrender it and you're okay with surrendering, something else comes along. And so this is the question of your faith. How high is your faith? Is your faith down here, or is your faith up here, where you could release, you can surrender that 36 years of job, and you have faith that the universe is going to bring you something else. And so this is something, you know, I really want to do a show about this. And this is something where, what are some of the things that I do to really nurture my faith? There's a million things that I do, right? A million things that I have to do. I have to practice. It's a practice. And so the more you can have faith in the universal forces, the higher your faith becomes, the more tolerance you can have to let go. Because, you know, she really feels that her civil liberties are being invaded because the hospital is requiring her to get the vaccine. Otherwise, she's going to be fired. And so one of the things that, so it's about where your faith is at. And the more higher level your faith is at, the more you can surrender and the more the universe you can receive from the universe. That's the laws of the universe. And so your faith is everything. Your faith is everything. Genevieve. Oh my God, I'm saying your name so wrong. Oh my God, your name. Hi, Jenny. Oh yes, I know, Jenny. Hi, how are you? So beautiful. Yes. Okay. So let me look to see if anybody has questions here. Hi, Kat. Kat, you're very depressed about the vaccine and feel hopeless with these mandates. Okay. Okay. I get it. And you know what? I understand, Kat, exactly where you're coming from. And for my friend, I had so much compassion for her. I had so much compassion for her because she's going to lose a job that she's had for 36 years because they're requiring her to get a vaccine. Think about how devastating that is. And she needs the money. It's not like she could retire right now. She needs the money. And so this is what I say. I said to her, because I am actually thinking about getting the vaccine myself, and I'm thinking about getting it maybe in January, because there's certain things that I cannot attend because it requires a vaccine. Now, I have a choice in this situation. I have two choices in this situation regarding the vaccine. If I'm going to get the vaccine, I have two choices. Choice number one, I could be angry and resentful that people are mandating and violating my civil liberties, right? That's choice number one. I could go into that mental, emotional space of being absolutely angry. Or I could do number two, because I thought about this. If I'm going to get the vaccine, I have a second choice. I'm going to transmute that vaccine. And I'm going to tell that vaccine that I love it, that it's going to work for my body, because everything is based on consciousness, right? Conscious means this intelligent awareness. So I could tell, I'm going to have a team of energy healers, because there's a couple of people I'm thinking about. I'm zoning on the energy healers that I want to work with to help me transmute the vaccine and to give me the support that I need around the vaccine, especially for the second shot, the second one, because my acupuncturist said she's been seeing that the second shot is where it's at. So I can make friend with the vaccine. I can make friend with COVID and allow that thing to work for me, or I could make it my enemy and it could be more defensive. I always said this thing about COVID, and I know this is very extreme thinking, but this is the way I think, because everything in the universe is based on consciousness. If you think about it, that COVID vaccine is a conscious awareness, right? The virus is a conscious awareness virus, right? The COVID is a conscious awareness virus. Just like every cell in your body is a conscious awareness being. Well, the virus is no different. It's a consciousness, the virus. So could you imagine, and I was saying this to some energy healers and they absolutely agree with it. Could you imagine if the entire universe, the entire planet, when the COVID came up, if the entire planet did a group consciousness meditation and told the COVID virus, we love you, we love you, we love you, we love you. What do you think the virus would have been doing? It would have disappeared. But what happened when the COVID virus came on the scene? a large part of the planet went into fear and panic mode. And what happens when we go into fear and panic mode? That now we've got to fight this COVID virus. The COVID is a consciousness. It's a consciousness. It's a living awareness. So if we're going to fight it, what is COVID going to do? It's going to become more defensive. It's going to mutate. That's why we can't get rid of this, because of so much resistant energy on our part. If the entire planet, and I truly believe this, if the entire planet said to the virus, I love you, I love you, I love you, the virus would just disappear. It has nothing to do anymore. Love is the highest vibrational frequency that there is. And so when I get this vaccine myself, I'm going to say to the vaccine is also energy. Everything is energy. The vaccine can be transmuted to a higher level frequency of energy. And I'm going to tell the vaccine, I love you so much. You are going to work at the highest good you're going to make my health even better. And I'm going to tell my body, I love you, body. I bless you, body, so much for being able to transmute this vaccine to a higher frequency. Now it's going to work even better for me. Think about that. That is my strategy, because I can go angry, resentful, or I can start to make the vaccine my friend and say, thank you so much for working for me, and transmute that vaccine. So I have those two choices, and I'm going to choose number 2, because the first choice is only going to create more resistant energy in my body. Anger, resentment, frustration creates resistant energy, right? Doesn't help your body to heal. Your body cannot heal when you're under anger, when you're under stress. So this is a conscious choice that if I get the vaccine, and there's a good chance I'm going to get it. It's not that I want it. Well, I'm going to say, I shouldn't even say that. I should say that I'm going to go with the flow, that in order for me to attend certain events, the vaccine is required. So I'm going to set the intention that this vaccine is going to get transmuted and is going to work for my highest health. That's what I'm going to do. So let me look at some of the questions and responses. So what do you guys think about that? Okay. So Kat, I hope I helped you. Do not get depressed about the vaccine. If you feel that you're going to get it, try my strategy and help somebody transmute this. Work with an energy practitioner, a good energy practitioner that can maybe help you transmute the vaccine. So that's my plan. Geneva. Oh, that is so great. I'm so glad. I have been stepping back from social media to go within, and I choose to go with my soul. Absolutely. What a beautiful, hi, Jenny. Beautiful idea. Beautiful idea. Yes, I'm glad you agree, Trudy. Okay, so Lakshmi, so funny. I have been trying to do energetic work for deep trauma to change my subconscious. Like you said, it was Friday, 1 a.m. I had an overwhelming fear, and immediately a loved one texted, God bless. Oh, that is so beautiful. Beautiful. You know, I always say your spirit guides are always watching over you. Yeah, your husband's sister got ill with the second vaccine. Yes, I've heard of that. I've heard of that. Yes, that's right. It's all consciousness. You can't, the fear is going to bring more fear. And so the virus, when it feels the fear of the planet, right? Because we are all fear, the virus feels it. It's just going to take a stronger stand. And it's not going to disappear because it feels like it's got to be defensive, right? It's like my dog Happy. My dog Happy, he attacks when he thinks that you are in fear. Why? Because now when he senses that you're fearful, he feels threatened. But if he senses that there's no fear in you, there's no threat to him. So he backs down. But the virus is the same thing. It's all consciousness. The virus is an intelligent being with feelings. You want to talk, the virus has feelings. The virus knows when there's love. The virus knows when there's fear. The virus knows this. It's like, the water, I don't know if you guys ever heard the story about the water, and I did a video about water. There was a water scientist in Japan who only studied water, and he had 3 bottles of water with rice. And so every day he would go to for a certain duration of time, he would go to water number 1 and say, I love you, I love you, I love you. He would go to water number 2, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. He would go to water number 3. He would just ignore it. After he did this over a duration of time, do you know what results he got? Water number 1, it was fermenting. It was thriving. Water number 2, fungus, was going dead. Water number 3, the rice, worse fungus. It was even worse than number 2. It was water with rice, because it's based on consciousness. And that virus is responding to our energy. It's responding to love or fear. So if you're going to get this vaccine, I highly recommend that you tell the vaccine, you tell COVID virus that you love it. Okay, that's what I highly recommend if you're going to get the vaccine. Now, if you don't want to get it, absolutely, I totally respect and understand that. I absolutely honor your decision for yourself. So that's my recommendation if you're going to get the vaccine. What if you are a Christian and believe in Book of Revelation? This is mark of the beast. I understand you, Kat. I understand. And it's all what you believe in. Consciousness transcends all spiritual traditions. It transcends, Christianity, Buddhism. It transcends, consciousness is about the universal law. So when you believe in something, then you will see physical evidence of that, because consciousness is based on the science of quantum physics, that everything, that 99.999% of this universe is just wave frequency with information. And so I just did a video about this yesterday. I released a video about this. You should go watch it. That 99.999% empty space, which we call the quantum field, the physical matter appears and disappears in that quantum field based on the observer. And humans are observer. So as you keep observing something, then the quantum field the physical manifestation must appear. And so the quantum field, all physical matter, which is that 0.00001%, is based on the observer in the quantum field. And as you keep observing that something is, then that physical manifestation must happen. That's why your thoughts create your reality. Now, am I saying that there aren't forces out there that are not in your highest and best interest? Yes, I believe that is the case. But what if you know how to use the laws of the universe? If you keep putting your attention to dark forces, then those dark forces become attracted to you. If you put your attention to beautiful light forces, then those light forces are attracted to you. So based on where you're putting your attention and focus, things get attracted to you. So if you focus on the light, if you focus on love, if you have a clean consciousness of light and love, then you become a shield, an automatic shield to those dark forces. So it's really, and I would never say don't believe in, Christianity is bad. I would never say, I don't think any religion is bad. I think what you do with it To me, if that religion is Christianity helped you become an incredible person of expansion and growth, then be more Christian. So, but if you're using your religion or spirituality as an excuse to treat yourself badly or other people badly or the planet badly, then to me, that's not spiritual. Spirituality is walking the walk. So yes, there are dark forces because it's the yin and yang. You can't have the light without the dark. You can't have the dark without the light, and you can't have the light without the dark. But it's whether you're attracting those dark forces into your experience. And so there was a story, and let me give you an example of the story of this. There was somebody that I know, he knew this person, and she was reading a lot of these dark books, horror books, right? And she kept on reading it. She was really into it. And all of a sudden, in the middle of the night, because her consciousness was so in this space, she was attracting this dark force. And so in the middle of the night, this man came into her house, and she knew that she attracted it. So she asked the divine to step in right away, to help me. And she called upon the divine to help her at that moment. And the guy walked out. Because she was reading these horror novels that was attracted, and with a person of that character in that horror novel. And she's like kind of like a psychic. So she knew that she was attracting this, that she had attracted it. So the thing is that's why you have to be very careful of what you put your attention to in here. Are you putting in the direction? Are you putting your attention? Because where your attention goes, your energy flows. Where you put your attention is so critical. Your thoughts are very powerful things. And therefore, words are very powerful things. Penny S. I went fear because of the meeting. Yeah, that's right, Jenny. You went into fear because of me. Of course. That's why I don't even watch the news. I don't watch the news. Penny, you feel like you've been called to the video. Yes, the universe always gives you the message just when you need it. I'm booked to get the vaccine, the first shot tomorrow, and I've put it off for so long. A friend of mine is also losing her job for refusing the vaccine. Yep. But her friend has to cultivate faith that when she lets that go, that the universe is going to bring something even better for her. And that takes internal faith. So Penny, I send you love, blessings, health with that vaccine. And I send you that vaccine is going to work for you at the highest level. It's going to work for you at the highest level. And that is what I'm sending to you. And that vaccine will become your greatest friend. And I am sending you that energy. And if you have an energy healer that you could work with to help you, support you during this time, especially for the second vaccine, look into that. So, okay, Jenny, I have never put chemicals in my body from the time I was a teenager. Nothing. I do not believe in chemicals entering our divine bodies that are equipped to heal ourselves. I agree. I agree because I've never had a flu shot. My underlying health issue, I have only dealt with it holistically. I see my acupuncturist every 2 weeks. I get Chinese herbs from her. I take Chinese herbs. I'm the same way. The thing with this is that you have to understand that anything could be transmuted. It's whether you know how to do it. That's the question. Anything could be transmuted. So there are spiritual gurus out there that have there's this one guy, he ate all this glass and nothing happened in his body. He didn't puncture any organs, any tissues, nothing. Why? Because his consciousness was at a high level. So the thing is, most of us are not there. Most of our consciousness is not at that high level. That's why we need to eat holistic foods. We need the organic things. We need the juicing. We need these things. Why? Because our consciousness is not up there. If our consciousness is up there, we can transmute anything. You could probably eat McDonald's every single day and you would be fine because you would transmute that McDonald's foods every single day. The reason why we can't be eating McDonald's every single day, and nothing against McDonald's, but I can't eat fast food every day because my consciousness level isn't up there. It's not at that high level, high level, because if I was at that high level, I could transmute and all that stuff. I could transmute myself, but I'm not there. And will I get there in this lifetime? I have no idea. And it's all about consciousness, where you are at, because if you're at the highest level, I'm telling you, you could transmute anything. And there are people, so that's why it's all about consciousness. You're welcome, Jay. You're welcome. Yes, I know. I just, I feel like, the people that come to this channel are the people that are ready for the message that I have. Now, for people who are not ready, they'll go to another channel, and that's fine. That's the way it goes. That's the universal laws, the forces of the universe. So, yes. Oh, you're welcome, Penny. Everyone, let's do a 10-second, 15-second prayer for Penny. Everyone in the room, Penny is getting her first vaccine tomorrow. Let's all send Penny for the next 10 seconds. Let's be quiet. And everyone, let's send Penny healing, blessings, and love for that vaccine to work for her at the highest level. Thank you, Source. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, Ascended Masters. Thank you so much for sending Penny the healing, the blessings, the love that she needs to be able to transmute this vaccine so that it could work for her at the highest level. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, for protecting her and transmuting it. Thank you. And so it is. Namaste. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for sending Penny that healing because we want that vaccine to work for her, not against her. Oh, thank you, Jenny. Thank you so much for sending. Oh, you were such a beautiful light. Yeah, that's right, Lakshmi. That's very, Lakshmi just said something beautiful. This is just another form of different ways humans get controlled or violated in history. It's like slavery, Holocaust. This is ours. It's about staying in faith to the divine no matter what. Yes, exactly. And you know what it is? You have to understand the reason why, we built this vaccine was because people got into fear mode. And when you get into fear mode, that's when you want to have a battle with something, right? So the vaccine is kind of like a battle. And so what do you expect? You can only operate from where you are at. If you are in fear mode, you're going to try to create something that's going to fight that off, right? So there's a huge amount of fear on this planet. And so when we look at the behaviors of people, it's based on where they are emotionally, mentally. If you have a huge amount of people that are in fear of the COVID virus, you're going to get this type of response. What do you expect, right? You can only behave from the mental, emotional space that you are at right here, right now. And it's not my job to change that person's mental, emotional space. It's not. Everybody has their own unique journey. And if we have a lot of people that are in fear mode, and don't get me wrong, there's a certain level of fear that I have myself. I am not devoid of fear. I am, when I there is some level of getting the vaccine. I have some level of fear and I'm working on that. Maybe this vaccine, in the long term is not going to do good for me. I do have some level of fear, which is the reason why I have put it off this. But let's say if I had zero fear, and I was at such a high consciousness level, I could take this vaccine. It's no big deal. It's all I could transmute this, no problem, right? So obviously I'm not quite there. I'm not at that level of consciousness because if I were, I probably would have gotten the vaccine and not even worried about it. So I don't like the fact that I feel that my civil liberties are being violated. But again, if I'm going to hold on to anger over that issue, it's not going to help my body. Holding on to anger is not going to serve me, for the long term. It's just going to hurt my health. And so I'm choosing a different route when it comes to this vaccine. Viruses don't mutate if they are within a host cell. Okay. That's interesting to know. I don't know. I don't know how viruses mutate or not, where they mutate, but you're saying that if they're in a host cell, they don't mutate. Okay. Well, it's good to know. Thank you for that. Bless. Oh, you're welcome, Penny. Yes, we're praying for Penny for sure. Everyone give her some love and healing. You're welcome. I'm so happy to get on. So I think that these sessions are going to be a little bit shorter because I'm going to try to come on every week. Every Saturday is my goal to come on. So they're going to be a little bit shorter. Does anybody have any final questions that they want to ask before we close this room? Because I'm happy to stay on longer if anybody else has any other questions. Let me look at the chat and see if there's any questions that I've missed, because sometimes I just miss questions. I'm looking. Oh, I love you too, Jenny. Thank you so much. I know. Good morning. Okay, I'm not seeing any more questions, but does anybody have any questions that they want to ask before we close this room and do a little prayer to close it out? Okay, I'm so glad. So thank you so much. And you know what? When I get the vaccine, I will announce it here and I will ask you for healing. I will ask you for healing, to give me healing. Hi, Tamu. How are you? Oh, okay. So Penny has a question. Moon, how can we raise our vibrations and stop negative energy? Yeah. Okay. This is a great question. The fundamental premise is that we're vibrational beings. And when we have low vibration, we're not going to have, a good life, right? The more high the vibration is, it all starts with the mind. It all starts with our thoughts. And so one of the things that the fundamental thing about, because your thoughts create feelings, the feelings create vibrations. So if you have a thought that you're repeating, and you know what depression really is? A depression is a thought or belief that's now so ingrained in you. It's so ingrained that you start feeling depressed. That's what it is. And it's a practice thought. It's a practice thought. And the more you practice it, the deeper it gets into your subconscious mind. And so what it is the first thing about raising our frequency is having an awareness of our thought. Is that you can't say to yourself over and over again, I'm good enough, I'm good enough, I'm good enough, and feel like you're going to have an abundant life, or keep judging people, constantly judging people, or constantly seeing situations in a negative light and think that you're going to start raising your frequency. Raising your frequency is seeing everything as an opportunity for growth and expansion. So everything, and Kabbalah 101, they teach you this thing about like everything is a lesson. Everything is an opportunity for growth and expansion. So when you have a situation like a pandemic, for instance, this pandemic is causing a lot of stress, right? A lot of anxiety, a lot of fear, right? And those things lower the vibrational frequency. So if we have a situation like the pandemic in our life, what meaning are we going to give to this pandemic? What thoughts are we going to bring? Are we going to say this pandemic is destroying my life? Because if you say that, you're going to keep lowering your frequency and it's going to destroy your life. Or do we reframe it differently and say, oh, this pandemic is my greatest opportunity to go inward for expansion and growth? What do we say? What story do we give this pandemic? Because let me tell you, if you start giving the story that this pandemic is our greatest opportunity for expansion and growth, you are going to see expansion and growth in your life. If you keep giving the story that this pandemic is ruining your life will get ruined. So raising frequency starts with our thoughts. Those thoughts will produce biochemical results in our body, creating certain emotions. And so the more you have those thoughts, a belief is just a thought you have a million times, then your body responds biochemically and then causes depression, anxiety, all those things. So it begins with your thought. If you want to raise your frequency, it begins with your thought. When this situation arises, can I give it a meaning that is going to now serve me versus not serve me? Can I give it a meaning? Any situation that arises in my life that I think is challenging, and I say quote unquote challenging, what meaning can I give? And that's why with this, when I get the vaccine, I could give one or two meaning. I could give the meaning that this vaccine is going to destroy my body, or I could give the meaning that this vaccine is going to do amazing for my body. What am I going to choose? So it begins here. That's how you start raising. And once you start raising your frequency, what happens is all of that negative energy that you will become an automatic shield because your frequency is raising. So if all of the negative stuff is down here, you'll be like a passing ship. As you keep raising your frequency, you're going to just be a shield to anything negative. Because let's say negative vibration is here, you're going to be a passing ship because as you raise it, you're going to miss it. The people down here will encounter that. So the more you keep raising it, the more you'll miss it. And that's how you become a shield more and more to negative energies. So that's the laws of the frequency. I hope that helped. Sankaras Uranian. Oh, wow. What an incredible name. Hi, Ashwin. Thank you for sending healings. My son is hyperactive. Awesome. Please pray for him. Okay. Everyone, let's send a quick prayer for his autism and hyperactive to Sankara Subramanian. Oh, I'm so sorry that I'm saying your name wrong. To his son. Everyone, let's just send. And so it is. Namaste. Okay, so okay, so Cynthia, hi Cynthia, why are you getting it? Oh, why am I getting the vaccine? I'm 80% sure I'm going to get it, not 100% sure, because there are things that I want to attend that will require the vaccine. I'm not afraid of the COVID. I think if I got COVID, I would survive it. It's just the things that I'm getting. So I decided to make the vaccine my friend, not my enemy, and have it transmuted. I'm going to have energy healers help me transmute the vaccine. So that's the reason. Because there are things that I cannot. And if you watch the beginning of this live session, you will see the whole, I go through a whole explanation about the COVID, a huge explanation. So watch it over. Yes. Yeah, that's a good idea. Placebo. Right. Exactly. Jenny mentioned about my mom found out she had brain tumor and pneumonia. Please pray for her. Oh, okay. Everyone, let's give Estrella's mom a prayer for her brain tumor and pneumonia. Dear God, angel, spirit guides, please protect her mom and show her the way. If she is meant to be here, she will. If she's not, we know that she is in your divine hands. Please allow her to feel not as much pain. We ask you to please send your healing blessings, love to her mom, Estrella's mom. We thank you so much. Namaste. Okay. So, yes. Oh, I love Dr. Joe. I've attended his workshops before. Based on what you just said, how do you untrain the strong, unwanted thoughts, beliefs? Yes, that's a great question. And I talk about this a lot, is it takes training. It takes a lot of training. And so one of the things that I have a video about virtualization, not visualization, but there's a video, go look it up, about virtualization. Virtualization starts to retrain your subconscious mind. It's like a meditation, a virtualization mind, and it starts to retrain your subconscious mind. And then your subconscious mind gets retrained slowly but surely. And that's how you do it. But it's a practice. You have to practice. That's why meditation and these things are practice. So go look up at that video, PJC, virtualization, because what it is it's so embedded in that subconscious mind, right? So how can you reverse it yourself without the help of, let's say, an energy practitioner? Because there are energy practitioners that can help you cleanse it and clear it out. I have done lots of clearings with energy practitioners, but if you want to do it yourself, virtualization is an amazing, there's a video and a guided meditation for the virtualization, PJC. So look it up. Virtualization, I have a video about it and also a guided meditation that could help you. Min, hi. Thanks for your, of course. I'm here to, Oh, Jenny, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your healing. I appreciate the healing. Thank you so much. And I will ask for it when I'm actually going to be doing it. I will announce what's going on with this COVID virus vaccine thing, because I am thinking about doing it. I even actually worked with 2 different energy practitioners on which vaccine I should get, which one is going to be best for my energetic blueprint. And it's funny because, I had a vaccine in mind already. And the 2 energy practitioners that I worked with about which vaccine they thought would be in my highest and best interest was the exact vaccine that I thought in my mind. It was so weird. It's so, it's not weird. It's intuitive. I had this intuitive sense of which vaccine I was going to get. And when I met with 2 energy practitioners, and they're pretty amazing, and they're both out of Australia, literally, like, they both confirmed the vaccine that I thought in my mind. And one of them said, and she's amazing, her name's Guy, she said, Moon, if you get this, I think it's actually going to work really well for you. I think it's going to even work at the highest level for you. I was like, oh, okay. I want to hear that. So, yeah. So thank you for sending the healing. And I could use the healing. Trust me. Oh God. Oh, Lakshmi, I don't even consider myself energy healer, but people say that I am a healer because, and I do consider myself a healer in some ways because, I don't do one-on-one sessions, but I am very empathic. I'm 3-way empathic, and most healers are very empathic. And I have I'm very intuitive. So I think in that sense, when people come to me for advice, I usually have intuitive sense. So in that sense, I am a healer, but I thank you so much. I don't consider myself as a healer. I think when, to me, the work that the light workers do, the healers do, is just incredible. And I said these light workers are going to be so crucial for this time frame right now. Why? Because so many of us have this unconscious feeling that we need to wake up to our soul, that we need to come home to our soul. It's like this unconscious feeling, right? And so what the light workers are going to do is that they're going to guide the unconscious people to their awakening. They're going to open that little crack for them. And this is why the work of the light workers, the energy healers, are so important, because so many people on this planet are looking for answers. They're looking to come home to their truth. And the light workers are going to help them to open that crack. And so this is why the energy healers are so important. This is so important because I feel the energy of the planet like wanting to wake up. And a lot of people are confused because they don't have a conscious awareness that they want to wake up. It's a feeling, it's an unconscious feeling. And so I always say the light workers are going to be very instrumental in helping souls to awaken to their truth. And I feel like we're going through a period of a big awakening, and this awakening is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. What do you guys think? Do you guys agree with me? Cynthia Pena, what is the event that is driving you towards this truth? Well, there are several events. I have different events happening. Like next year, there's something in June that I'd like to attend, but I don't think I'm going to be able to go if I don't get the vaccine. And there was actually something this year that I wanted to go to. It was in like Central California, and I couldn't go because the vaccine is required. And I don't want to stay home. I want to be able to attend these things. So that's the main reason, because I'm seeing, but we'll see. I'm not 100% set, but I'm like 80% that maybe next year I'll get it. So that's the reason. So it's not one event, it's different things. And also for traveling, guy, if you don't have the vaccine, it's just so much harder. It's just the inconvenience. So anyway, Cynthia, look at the video that the earlier, I talk about the COVID and the vaccine a lot. Replay this video and look at that beginning part where I talk about the video. Oh, thank you. I know. I do. Jenny, you say this is my calling. You have the gifts of compassion, truth, and trust. Oh, thank you so much. I am so deeply grateful. The vaccine mandate is supposed to be lifted in the new year. Woohoo! Okay, I'm going to wait. One of the things that my guides told me was to wait because things can change. Policies could change. So this is why I should be a little bit more patient. So I'm going to be a little bit more patient, So I'm definitely going to wait, because if there's no mandate, I would love to, and if I have enough patience, maybe like you said, the vaccine mandate will be lifted. So thank you so much for that. Okay, everyone, let's do Pandora. Oh, you're welcome, Pandora. I'm so happy. This is my honor. And like I said, I'm going to try to be here every Saturday at 9 a.m., even if it's just for half an hour, or maybe even up to an hour. Now I'm going up to an hour, so that I can answer your questions and really interact with you, because I love these live sessions. They give me energy, actually. Yes. Okay, Jenny. Thank you for that advice. It sounds like a good advice. Okay, Kat. So let's all gather together our energies and let's do a closing prayer, and let's begin to send healing to each other, because there's a lot of people in this room that ask for healing, whether for themselves or for family members. So let's gather our collective energies, and please, let's send healing to each other. Dear God, dear spirit guides, angels, ascended masters, thank you so much for allowing us to open this beautiful space with these beautiful, beautiful souls that are ready to hear this message and the awakening of their own truth and their own soul. We ask you to please continue to bless and heal the people in this room and the family members that are going through great challenges and opportunities for their own growth and expansion. And please guide them and be with them and support them in this time. Support them and support their family members in all that they need to be supported. We know that you are with us 24/7, 7 days a week, that we are never alone. And we are deeply, deeply grateful for that. We are deeply, deeply blessed and feel your divine presence in us that's running through us and around us 24/7, 7 days a week. And we are deeply blessed that we can access your divine energies all the time, 24/7, 7 days a week. And that we can surrender and release doubt, fear, worries, concerns, knowing that you have infinite wisdom, infinite ways to make all things happen. And that we can make our faith a little bit stronger each year, each month, each week, each decade, that our faith becomes a little bit stronger with each day. And we are grateful that, because when we can have our faith, we know we can surrender anything. And once we surrender, we know that you can bring us anything. And so we are so grateful that each one of us, that you are sending us the light on our path to show us what we should be doing, what is our higher purpose on this plane, to serve the collective good. And that you have given each and every one of us in this room, and each and every one of us on this planet, unique gifts and talents to use to serve the collective good and serve the light, We are pencils for your work, as always. And we are so grateful that we have this opportunity to be on this physical plane, this time, space, reality consciousness that we are in now, so that we can do this work and we can learn life lessons. We can learn lessons for the expansion and growth of our soul. So we ask you to continue to guide us, to continue to give us support, to continue to give us wisdom, to continue to give us protection, and remove people and situations that do not serve the highest good of ourselves, the highest good of the planet, and the highest good of humanity. So we thank you so much for continuing to show us your wisdom, continue to guide us, continue to protect us, and most importantly, to show us your continued unconditional love. And so it is. Namaste. So it is. I love you guys. I'll see you next week. Is Thanksgiving. But I want to still come in. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Happy Thanksgiving. I love you so much. Much love and blessings. And I will see you